speak the languages that we're working with right now. We don't even know the rules of the game, the 8 parts of speech. Classification of words, etymology, etymon, orthology, grammatication. We're deficient in those areas even today with single languages. So when we usually look at our ancient African Moabite history, Canaanite history, we look at it from the perspectives that we have right now with our limitations right now. And in doing that, we are already looking at it with a skewed eye, including the fact that being under the patriarchal system of the lords of Rome, we go into African history with a patriarchal mind, which is a violation because they were matrilineal and matriarchal systems of government. So we automatically go even into it, even when we go spiritually, we go into it actually with a corrupt mind. Logically, if someone who's an adept or master teacher is teaching the people, those certain fundamentals must be corrected, mustn't they? Mustn't they? And it is often said that a picture tells 1,000 words, doesn't it? So let's look at the questionnaire that we just come from, and let's look at the cover of the questionnaire, and you'll notice that the cover of the questionnaire has Prophet Noble Ali holding a sister, a woman. And notice that she's unconscious. Does it send a signal? Of course it does. Does everyone pay attention to it? Not necessarily so. But is it there? Indeed it is. And if you look at the picture refined, particularly on your earlier prints, now these are reprints, but if you look at your clear earlier prints, there'll be 9 drops of water coming off her body if you ever took the time to count them. Why 9 drops of water? Is it any significance? Probably so. And in fact, so. Do you understand? Notice also that humanity is written on her womb. Humanity is written on her womb. Does that send a signal? Indeed it does. Was that a mistake of humanity being written on her womb? Trust and think not. Oh, we didn't have room up here in the corner to put it. There's a lot of space around here. Why did he choose her womb to write humanity on? And so, what is the reason and the reasoning and the cause and motive for the establishing of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science and Moorish Science Temple of America, the Old Canaanite Temple, the Moorish Divine and National Movement, for the uplifting of fallen humanity, right? So if you're uplifting fallen humanity, isn't she unconscious? Being unconscious, why is he carrying her? If he stood her up, would she stand up or would she fall? Physically. But there's also a spiritual meaning to that too, because the name or the word humanity is written on her womb. Is that a key? Is the womb a key? Just throwing that out, giving you something to think about. Consider this. In the patriarchal system of Rome occupation, we're taught everything from a patriarchal perspective, aren't we? Therefore, there's limited respect and appreciation for womanhood in Christian culture that we've been subjugated to. Therefore, we have learned to disrespect womanhood, haven't we? And whether consciously or subconsciously, women are subjugated in what you would call today's worship style religious orders, isn't she? Whether they call it Islam, Judaism, or Christianity, all of them in their character of dispensation oppress, suppress, repress, and disrespect women, although they don't like you to talk about it like that because it kind of puts not as nice an air on themselves or on ourselves as we would like to consider ourselves as being. It shows a tendency to less civility than we would like the image to be projected to the world. Can we agree with that? All right. Now, the fact that both male and female come from woman, can we, the sons of woman or the sons of man, rise above her if she's subjugated? And if she's unconscious and gives birth to us, are we going to be born bright? I think that's logical, isn't it? Math, fundamental math, right? So therefore, she must be uplifted for us to be uplifted, mustn't she? And we must have no spirit of anger in us with this secret desire to actually oppress her as Rome has done, because we'd be oppressing ourselves, wouldn't we? However, if we take into our rise that same spirit of oppression that Rome uses, we would oppress ourselves and keep ourselves in check for Rome's power, wouldn't we? I think that's what's going on, isn't it? Isn't that metaphysically the truth? And so it has a manifestation on the physical realm or in the civil realm, doesn't it? So it looks like these people called Negroes, blacks, and colored, or whatever we are this week, generate a lot of finance and a lot of wealth for others, but we keep ending up being poor. Is there any wonder why when humanity is fallen and she's unconscious? Seems like we've lost our estate, doesn't it? So what is the lost estate? What is the estate? What is estate itself? So let's not accept what I'm saying. Let's just use an ordinary dictionary. We won't even go into a serious dictionary. Let's just use an ordinary dictionary so that we can address some of these things. And I'd prefer once in a while you grab something and prepare it for me if I bring it up if you think I need it, whether there or elsewise. So let's look at estate to look at what it means. Also, do you happen to have a yellow highlight marker here so that as I look up certain things, I can mark your dictionary too at the same time and make sure you always keep them around. All right. Estate. So let's look at estate. Estate is a noun from Middle English, which comes from, the old French, estate, etc. And it means a state or condition, social standing or rank, especially of high order. So it has more to do than what most people just merely add to it. Will we agree? Will we agree? Let's look at this. I'm going to read this. And I'll pay attention to what's being said, because you already know that when people talking about an estate, they're usually just thinking about physical product, aren't they? Land and physical product, right? Look at this. I'm going to go again. Estate. More at state. State, condition. Social standing or rank, especially of a high order. A social or political class. Specifically, one of the great classes of the nobility. Formally vested with distinct political powers. The degree, the quality, the nature, and the extent of one's interest in land or other property. Possessions, property,